Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoilery gripe on Dance of Thieves by Mary E Pearson. As I said, this video will have spoilers in it, so if you haven't read this book, go ahead and check out my spoiler-free review, which we linked on the screen. So as I made very clear in my review, a lot of my problems with this book were the fact that it was very heavily focused on the romance, and that I didn't love the characters as much as I loved the characters from the first trilogy, and I didn't really enjoy the romance. So most of my gripes are going to have to do with the lack of actual plot that wasn't a romantic plot, and just like the character things that I didn't enjoy. So as far as the world, I really would have liked to have seen more magic and more monsters. There are some monsters mentioned with those like bird things that fly over and things like that, but it always just feels like just a taste and not enough. I was okay with that in the first trilogy, but here I'm like, please give me more creatures. I feel like this world would suit really well to having more creatures. I feel like it would work really well, sort of like the Witchland series by Susan Dennard, where she has the magic but also these weird creatures and stuff, and I just want more of those. I'm a little like about the poison dogs. Like, poison dogs? Like, can you explain the poison dogs? Like, I want more creatures, but I also want them to make slightly more sense than I feel like the ones we've had do. Also, as far as magic, the whole hint of magic that we've always had, as far as like Leah having some kind of gift, and then Kazi seeing ghosts. Why can't we have more ghosts? Why can't this magic be more explored? Like, it was just dropped in really conveniently, and I'm like, no, 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 no. This girl can see ghosts. I should enjoy her way more than I do. She's seeing dead people. Why is this not used more? Why aren't they talking to her more? Why isn't there some kind of conflict with the fact that she can see ghosts? Like, is it really ghosts or is it just like her head? Is it magic? I need to know, and it's never explained to me, and I'm like, what is this magic really? I want to know, and it's always just vaguely glossed over in this whole world, and I'm a little mad about it at this point. Okay, as far as Jace and Kazi's relationship, again, that's the biggest thing. They are already together within the first 100 pages of this book. I get that they're chained together. There's a lot of like good tropes there, but I still felt like I want a more slow burn than that. Like, they're chained together, they save each other like a couple times very quickly, and it's like, okay, hormones, we love each other. And I get that, like, that happens and they're like, we're making the most of it and whatever. But I still feel like these two characters wouldn't really be two people that would make the most of it. You know, like, they are two like very distrustful, holding onto the power they do have, things like that. So the fact that like within moments of them being chained together, they're like noticing each other, like, I just hate that. I get that instant attraction happens, like, I understand, but it always feels like it's depicted more than just instant attraction, and I just didn't like that from the get-go, how just all consumed they were with each other when there's like really major things supposedly going on. But again, even I don't feel like the things that are going on are that big of a deal anyway, so I sort of get why the characters are like, it's not a big deal, we can be in love. But it's still like, in your world and in your heads, these things are supposed to matter, and yet you're just forgetting all of that. I just really wanted more slow burn. Throughout the story, there are so many confessions of love, like even from the beginning, and, you know, meeting in dark corners and whatever, and just getting very distracted with one another, and I'm like, stop. I would really like those confessions of love if they happened later after a lot of slow burn moments. Why do this in page 100 when you could have waited until page 400? Also, does everyone in this series have to be matched up? Like, I understand that that's a thing that Mary Pearson has done, and in the past I haven't minded it because I've liked the matchups, like I liked a lot of the things that happen in Remnant Chronicles, whatever, I get it. Like, I feel like someone might accuse me of being a hypocrite, but I'm not, because why does every even side character in here have to be matched up? Like, her friends with some of his brothers, is no one allowed to just be single? Like, why is there always constant flirtation? I get that happens in groups of teenagers, but like, constant, everyone's a ship. And I'm like, listen, I love shipping, but can y'all please calm down? The captain as the villain is so lame. I'm sick of seeing him from the first book. Like, he doesn't feel as diabolical as they make him out to be. They're always like, he's so bad, but I'm like, he's just kind of slimy and a cockroach. Like, he's not that bad when you had the Commissar in the last series. I just don't understand why it's such a big deal. So he doesn't feel like a good villain. You don't even really get points with him until way later on in the story, and I'm like, this is the guy that you're all after, and the big thing, and the sleeping dragon and all this stuff. Like, I get that a lot of the things he was trying to do and like the wars he was trying to cause, but it still doesn't feel, he doesn't feel like as diabolical as they make him out to be. I also feel like maybe the whole captain thing is sort of a red herring, because the king definitely seems like he could be a bad dude. I also feel like Gunnar like might be bad or something. It might be some part of the betrayal at the end and all that, but I'm still like, this doesn't feel as suspenseful as the characters are telling me it is. Also, by the time they get to Venda, I was pretty happy because I'm like, yay, Venda, I love Venda, we can see some of our old characters, even though, like I said in my review, I don't really care a lot about the old characters, but the thing I was mad about is I was like, why is Leah pregnant? Why? Like, I hate this thing that YA books tend to do, and books in general tend to do this, where it's just like, everyone's together, married, and they're having babies, and I'm like, do they have to? Is that really happily ever after for everyone? No, and I just feel like Leah, like, I don't know. There's some things where I'm like, yes, Leah might want to have children, I get it, but I'm also like, ugh, and her being like laid low by bed rest with the baby, and I'm just like, no, it makes me so mad. So I'm upset about the Leah being pregnant thing and everyone being happily matched up and having children from like the first series. I'm just like, please stop. I do enjoy seeing her through them though, and them noticing her noticing them and things, and how perceptive she is, and how the characters really do appreciate like what she sees and her perception and stuff. So I really enjoy her in that way. The thing is, they get to Venta, I'm finally like, yes, we're in a place that I like, and then they go right back. And then they go right back at the end. And that's the whole thing, is like, so they finally, you know, Kazi and Jace finally get together at the end, and only to be ripped apart. You know, they're gonna go back and be ripped apart. And I'm just like, I can't handle this, which is why I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue with the series. On one hand, it's like, yes, it's a duology, it'd be pretty easy to finish, etc., etc., but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care about the romance. This whole thing has been about the romance, and they're just going to go together to be ripped apart anyway, and then we're just going to wait for them to get back together. I just don't know if I want to go through those tropes or not. So I'm very unsure. I still will read things from the Remnant Chronicles world if there was another series that came out. I'm still on the fence about if I'm going to read the second book or not. Again, I can see myself maybe doing it, maybe on audio. If I got it, I would certainly, like if someone gifted it to me, I would certainly read it. I wouldn't be like, no, I'm not going to do it because it was put 3-star. But I don't know about the second book, just because, like, seeking it out myself, because I'm just unenthused with these characters, but I still want to know what's happening in the world in general. It's a hard decision. So comment down below and let me know what you thought of Dance of Thieves. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!